If you're new to the Bible and want to go deeper and understand what you're reading, ask questions. That's the best thing I could suggest for someone who's new. Matthew chapter 7:28. It says, when Jesus finished these sayings, we just got done with the Sermon on the Mount. It says, the crowds were astonished at his teaching, for he was teaching them as one who had authority, and not as their scribes. So we have this comparison being drawn by the crowds. I might ask, why is it important to know that Jesus' teachings are more authoritative than the scribes? Who were the scribes? What did they do? What was their job in that culture and reputation? Right? These are things I want to think through. And why does the Sermon on the Mount end with the authority of Jesus being highlighted in his teaching? Right? This is the perception of the crowds. When he came down from the mountain, great crowds followed him. I might be asking, why are these crowds following him? Just based on the authority he demonstrated in his teaching? But he's coming down the mountain with great crowds, and behold, a leper came to him. Now, if you don't know what a leper is, you can go research that. All it takes is a quick Google. A leper came to him and knelt before him, saying, Lord, if you will, you can make me clean. What does it mean to be clean? At least in the mind of this leper, why does he think that Jesus is capable of making him clean? Whereas, if you know the Hebrew Bible, that typically isn't something that is accelerated by any miraculous power. The only time we see that is with, that I can think of, is Naaman, a Syrian commander, in 2 Kings. So either way, where did this leper get this information? What does it mean that he's referring to Jesus as Lord compared to the authority we just saw? Another question I forgot to ask is, these scribes, did they get brought up in the Sermon on the Mount at all? And I'll give you a hint, they did back in chapter 5. Go read that and see what the context was. It says, you can make me clean. And Jesus stretched out his hand and touched him, saying, I will. Now, if I know my Hebrew Bible, how uncleanness spreads and ritual impurity, it spreads through contact. So why is Jesus touching this leper, saying, I will be clean? Right? He seems to have authority behind his words to be able to declare and actually command leprosy and that skin disease to leave, which can be a variety of things. Be clean. And immediately his leprosy was cleansed. And Jesus said to him, see that you say nothing to anyone, but go show yourself to the priest. What does it mean for the leper to show himself to the priest? If I don't know my Bible and I'm new, what's a priest? What's their job? What's their role when it comes to a leper being declared clean, or rather receiving